So I want to kick things off with Maslow's hierarchy. Can I get a show of hands who's heard of this before? Yeah, it looks like most people. So for those who haven't, it's really important. It's a theory that categorises our wants and needs into 5 layers. So starting off at the base here are our kind of core base of needs: hunger, food, shelter. And then as we work our way up to safety, love, belonging, esteem, self-actualisation, they become more abstract, a little bit higher. So it's generally thought that you need your basic needs satisfied before you can focus on the more higher level needs. So for example, if you're really, really hungry, you're not going to be thinking like, right, how's my self-esteem right now? Or how can I be self-actualised, which is a fancy word of living up to your potential. So why this is relevant to building effective teams. Back in 2012, Chip Conley has adapted this to the team environment. Now Chip Conley, if you haven't heard of him, he's helped grow Airbnb since 2012. He's been fundamental into making them the behemoth that they are today. So if we look at his pyramid of the Maslows, we can see at the base there we've got money. In the middle we've got recognition and meaning. Now unfortunately, so many companies just focus on that base need, the money. They don't spend enough time building recognition and meaning into their teams. Believe it or not, a lack of recognition is the #1 reason why you lose good employees. It's nothing to do with salary. Now, as we work our way higher to the pinnacle there, we have meaning. This is the why. As much as we like to believe it, we are emotional creatures. Much of the thing where we're super logical, we need a meaningful work, we need to work for a cause. This is why it's so crucial that we provide our teams with meaning. I think it was Nietzsche that said, if you give a team a why, they'll be able to bear almost anyhow. So it's super crucial that companies focus on the middle and on the top level of the pyramid to drive that great performance from their team. Now, I just want to go through one company who's absolutely nailed this pyramid. So hate him or love him, but Mark Zuckerberg has built one of the most effective teams in the 21st century. Now, their mission, that pinnacle, at the top of that pyramid, is so simple, whether you agree with it or not. It's to bring the world closer together, create a more open community. That's what they're working towards. But what I want to focus on is how he's nailed that middle part of the pyramid, the recognition part. Now, aside from the public shout-outs that Zuckerberg does, you can see at the bottom there where he thanks a long-standing engineer. I think he got like 400,000 likes for that. So it's great recognition there. And you can also see how he ties the recognition into the meaning. So thanks for helping connect so many people. But what really stood out for me was when Facebook were IPOing, when they were going to list on the stock exchange, instead of Zuckerberg and Sheryl and the senior team flying out to East Coast to ring the bell in New York, he decided to stay with his team in LA, have the whole thing broadcasted so his whole team could soak up the limelight of the massive occasion. I think that would have sent ripples across the organisation, and it would have absolutely spurred that team to do bigger and greater things. So this is a particular touch, human touch, that Zuckerberg understands technology cannot provide. Okay, so I really want you to think, how can you provide your team with greater recognition and greater meaning to really drive that great performance from? Now, I'd like to introduce a special guest today. His name is Nick Engel. He's heading up the people and culture for Safety Culture. This is another company that has absolutely nailed that pyramid. Great meaning, great recognition. I think they've recently raised $30 million, so they're absolutely killing it. They're on to bigger and better things. Can I get a warm round of applause for Nick?